Alright, the Health Guard here with healthpanaceas.com. This video is about juicing. Now, you know, in my book, chapter 4, I talk about juicing as a substitute for drinking water, because the body needs more water than solid food. Water is 89% oxygen, and the reason I suggested juicing, because the water is alive. It's not dead like these ground waters that we drink. It's not cooked, and it's not contaminated with plastic chemicals and chlorine and all kind of treatments that they use, as far as they use in tap water. Also, it doesn't have it's not electrically made by the machine like alkaline water, which has a pH too high, and it's not contaminated by ground minerals and ground particles that harden the organs and the tissues and wear out the synovial fluid. So what I failed to discuss is what to juice and what items to juice, because we cannot juice all items, and most of our fruits cannot be juiced because they create blood sugar spikes. And when your blood sugar raises, it either leads to diabetes, hyperglycemia, makes the blood cells stiffen and interfere with circulation, and that causes a buildup of fiber. So a lot of fruits are not to be disturbed. You know, juicing itself is also a form of processing food. That's why in the book I mentioned suckling, as if you have something like an orange that we shouldn't be juicing. You can actually bite into the orange and suck the juice out of it. You know what I'm saying? And that's a form of juicing, and it'll be more natural. And that's also like eating your water and using food as a form of replacing the waters I mentioned at the beginning of the video. So what fruits can you juice? You can juice cucumbers. Cucumber is not a vegetable. It has seeds. It's a fruit. It grows on a vine. It's 96% water. It's not high in carbohydrates to give you that sugar spike. The fiber, it doesn't have a lot of fiber. So the thing with fruits and how nature organizes a fruit, it puts everything into proper proportion. So when you disturb certain food items, you throw off the equilibrium. So it might have fiber to balance out sugar. It might have carbohydrates to balance out protein or minerals. You know what I'm saying? So it works in synchronicity when the fruit is whole, when you eat it, and the way your body responds to it. But it's different when you process some of these food items. Another food item is tomatoes. So when you juice tomatoes, it's actually better than eating tomatoes, because it has 10 times more antioxidant power now, and then it has 5 times more lycopene. And lycopene is good for dental health. So you want to be, and prostate health. So you want to be juicing tomatoes a lot, other than far as versus cooking them. Thing is watermelon, because watermelon is what? Mostly water. When you juice when you put a watermelon in a juicer, it really don't change too much. You basically just grind it up. You really don't disturb it. So those are my three fruits I recommend that you juice. The rest is going to have to be mostly when you're juicing is vegetables. Oh, one more fruit. You can actually juice bell pepper too. It's not going to cause that blood sugar spike. But the other things I recommend is actually vegetables, like lettuce, high in water content, celery, kale, beets, carrots. Now, I don't juice carrots as much as I used to, um, for the beta carotene, because there are other food items with higher sources of beta carotene, so beta carotenoids. Um, and most of the carrot juice studies I read, carrots don't really improve your health too much. You know what I'm saying? But it does give your skin that nice glow. So for y'all people that are looking for a certain glow because of the orange hue, uh, for the beta carotenoids in the carrots, then you should juice carrots. And ginger, juice ginger, um, which is I think classified as a herb. I try to find something wrong with ginger, but I couldn't, and that's good because I always try to find uh, the pros and the con of these food items suggested, and I couldn't really find anything wrong with ginger, so that's a good thing. So ginger is definitely a good food to have in your diet, and to juice, cook, or whatever. Preferably, just mostly consumes these things raw. Um, but there are other vegetables y'all can think of. You might want to do boiled chock. Some people might want to do beets, and that's your choice. I'm not really promoting those. I don't really deal with those food items. So I just gave you my suggestion as far as in the vegetable category. Now, broccoli, the root is high in uh, water content. You might want to chop your broccoli up, and then you have the root left, and you might want to juice it. Don't do that. Broccoli juice causes liver toxicity, so don't juice broccoli. That's a no-go. Apple juice, besides giving you a blood spike, a blood sugar spike, because you might be like, well, fuck that, I ain't worried about blood sugar until I get a problem. It also raises your cholesterol. So the juicing of apples raises cholesterol. The eating of a whole apple lowers cholesterol. So juicing apples is a no-go. So some of the functions of fiber, speaking of that, fiber carries cholesterol out of the body, and fiber also regulates blood sugar. That's why I'm a high fiber advocate. Fiber does so much for the body. I said fiber, but fiber does so much for the body. And last but not least reason not to juice fruits, except the ones I mentioned. Hepatic metabolism of fructose promotes fat development, intrahepatic lipids, inhibition of mitochondria B oxidation, long chain fatty acids, triglyceride formation, and steatosis, liver and skeletal muscles, insulin resistant and hyperglycemia, as I said. So that's what really leads to type 2 diabetes, insulin resistance. So once again, the only foods we should be juicing is cucumbers, watermelon, tomatoes, celery, ginger, kale, lettuce, and you can do your beets and you can do your carrots.